Welcome to the channel. Um, I was inspired by another YouTuber. He does little shorts, like 2 3 minute videos where he features cards, and sometimes he kind of amazes me with the cards that he sees. So that's why I ended up looking at this card, Weftstalker Ardent. Right. It basically does like that enter the battlefield trigger deal damage stuff. And I was gonna make this deck blue black, red, Grixis colors for better removal, but I was like, let's try it this way. This isn't as strong as black would be because there's artifacts that just make you sacrifice a creature. This gives me targeted removal and allows me to do a lot of different things. So I'm excited about actually trying it. So the idea is to use 3 steps ahead to copy a World Waker helm, and then just blink this guy into play and just start copying World Waker helms, which are going to make more and more map tokens, and every map token comes in just starts machine gunning people. So I figured it's going to do decent, maybe, because it has a decent removal suite. So it should go all right. It might not go do so well, but I have hopes. There's other tokens that I can generate to make more stuff. So let's go in with this, see what's going on. I got a couple essence scatters in the sideboard for creatures I can't just outright kill. I have a couple of negates for counterspell decks that are just going to counter everything. Some synthesizers so I can just kind of mix things up. Just switch out Roxanne for synthesizer. They won't even see it coming in like a game two or game three. And then I have some artifact enchantment removal. And I also have bigger removal for things. This basically is just chainsaw but bigger. And this also can come in the place of Roxanne as well. So let's get these games started. All right, here's our first game. I think that I can keep this hand because it has removal and plenty of lands. Oh boy. All right, so I get to go first, which is very rare for me. Let's turn that off. So I can draw a card this next turn. All right, cool. Lots of nice stuff happening. So I might be playing against all counter spells. Oh, I'm not. Interesting. Okay. All right, so he just immediately gave up and moved to game two. He has no idea what I'm playing. Maybe he just wants to go first in game two to figure out what the heck he's gonna do. Um, I don't know what the bear does, so I think I should kind of stay tentative. I might want to get rid of these cryogenic relics, but they do help me draw, so that's kind of good. But I think I can drop what 2 of these things and pop up 2 essence scatters, and they might be a bit too late in game one, but probably not in game two. All right, let's see if he's going to be a turd. He probably has like a one-hit combo deck where he's just going to do some sort of combo play that's just going to rip me completely apart. Kept a pretty bad hand for lands, so I only have access to red and blue. Yep, red and blue. But I don't have any green cards. Green's just splashed in. Okay. Well, we might as well do this since I don't have anything else to play. It's not like I have a counter spell. Oh, okay, cool. That actually opens up all of my land to tapping for all of its colors. So basically, he had an entire combo planned out last game, and then I just disrupted it. All right, so I don't have access to double blue, so oh, I do have access to double blue. I would just kind of go ahead and play stock up, but I imagine he's got some sort of nasty combo about to go off, and I need to have counter magic open for it, so. Nourishing Pixie. Okay, so he's going to play the card again. He could have counter spells for this too. Alright, so we could do two different things, and I think this is the right move right here. Okay, cool. So I actually managed to pull that off. He is going to get to play that card again and get some card advantage, but better to do that than to just let him, because he's technically got to take almost the entire next turn off, so. Oh, so I guess, I don't know. I'm actually kind of confused with what he's doing. Which I can take 2 damage. I have 20 life. It's not like I'm in the single digits already. And I have plenty of answers for what he's doing right now. But right now he's trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do. Because he's trying to keep open mana. I'm assuming he's going to flash in the cat too. So he can draw an extra card. Which is why he hasn't played anything else. He's waiting to see what I have, and I don't have an instant speed answer for Flood Pit's Drowner. Not right now. So he doesn't actually want to play anything. Oh, he did. Okay, cool. Okay. So he might actually have a Spell Pierce. I can't deny a Spell Pierce could be coming. But he also can drop a negate on me right now, because there's nothing I can do. Okay, never mind. I thought counter magic was going to be the answer. I think he's just waiting on a creature that I'm going to play. I am behind on lands because I did miss the land drop there. I figured he was going to take all of last turn off, but he didn't. Okay. Well, he brought that in. That's kind of fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do is pop that down, and I'm going to leave that alone. So maybe he thought I was a synthesizer deck fully. Why he would destroy that makes 0 sense to me, because none of those cards actually did anything. What does this guy do? Plot cards from your hand cost 2 less. All right. Okay. The thing that really catches me off guard is just the fact that this guy had no idea what type of deck I was playing, and he gave up, where he could have used all the time to gather more information. Okay, so I actually did hit another land, which is good. All right, so how do I want to do this? I can't really deal with Appa right now. Well, I can. I had to just double cast the Slag Storm. Oh, I can't double cast it. Crap. Huh? Might as well do that. That's the best course of action I can do right now. And I'll take this, because I already have a basic land there. He hasn't dealt a single point of damage to me yet. You would have thought I would have. Oh, wait, he did. I gained 2 life. So, okay. Fair. Alright, so he's just going to try to airbend anything I do away. That's going to be what his strategy is going to be. So I think he was afraid that I was actually going to do a board wipe of some sort, which he's sort of right. So I don't know what just happened. The game just froze up on me. Jesus Christ. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. God damn, man. Like, why? Why is this a thing that everybody does every time? Alright, so he air bent away my Roxanne. So he's going to keep trying to bounce this card before it can get to its zenith, and it gives him a lot of control, so... Yep, he did it again. He's got quite the little combo going on there. So basically, he gets a the worst version of whatchamacallit now. Spent a lot of time bouncing all those cards around. I'm not saying he has a bad strategy. I think his game 1 strategy was stupid to give up game 1 just so he can go first in hopes that he gets a better hand. I'm not saying he's not kicking my butt because he has way more card advantage than me. Huh, the geologist didn't trigger. He got that thing back in his hand. And then he bounces the geologist. What does this thing do? Another creature enters the battlefield, transform. Okay, yeah, there we go. Alright, and then he has another one. So he's just been bouncing these things around so he can basically choose what his draws are. Granted, he could block Roxy right now and kill her by double blocking. Oh, single blocking. He did catch me there too. Now he could have used that card and, like, wrecked my entire board. There he goes. Alright, let's sacrifice this so I can go ahead and grab a land from my deck. So he kind of does have the answer to stopping my entire deck. That was a pretty vicious board wipe, but I did very viciously rip his deck apart too, so. Huh. You know what I should have did? I should have made that uncounterable. Weirdly enough, I'm finally getting that card, and it's so late in the game right now that I can't really do much about it. Alright, I think he's actually got me right now. Alright, I guess not. Thought he was actually going to airbend that away, but apparently not. It's the first time he's actually, oh, okay, now he can give his creature double strike. And my cat just opened the dang door. He's like, don't shut doors on me. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I lost this one. It took me way too long to get my draw engine off, and he was drawing. He chose everything that he was going to get. So, let's see. I didn't see a single Essence Scatter at all, which would have been pretty awesome. Let's see what else. This card is kind of an all-star. Kind of stops everything in his deck. Roxanne put in work. I kind of need more counter spells. So maybe probably bring that down, bring that up, and maybe I'll draw into what I need. Maybe. Alright, let's try it this way. I probably should have went with the other one, but I just really need to be able to stop him from board wiping my artifacts. So I do get to go first this time. And I don't think it was a close game. I wouldn't imagine it was. Alright, cool. Let's put the force back in the deck. I don't particularly feel like it was a close game. I think that I kind of was going off on him, and then he just brought in his sideboard, which kind of hosed me, which is stupid. You're just like, oh yeah, but honestly, the whole idea I was having was I need to be able to fight back. Okay, so I guess we'll keep this open and see what he does. Alright, cool. We'll peel this off, get a mountain, so I have double red for slag. Or drop this. Keep that open. Alright, can't stop that. I didn't get negate, so. So do I do double green or double blue? Probably do double blue. Yeah, that was the right move. Alright. Especially if I don't want him to counter my Essence Scatter. Like he's actually pulling off. So really weird. It's like, almost like every time I go, I want to make a deck. The first deck I always go against basically just has sort of the answers for it. I didn't even have to do that. I could have just hit the board wipe on that guy, but I was like, eh, forget it. I should drop down the steaming sauna right now, but I'm going to keep my options open right now. Because he doesn't want to play his card because he doesn't want it to get counterspelled. He has to have just enough mana to be able to try to... So he probably wasn't. No, I don't know. Because a lot of people don't pay attention to whenever you make your cards uncounterable. Oh, wow. He played the same card. Okay. I at least got to draw one card off of that before he airbends it away. Dude, that's gotta suck. So, without his ability of having ridiculous card selection, that he was pulling off in game 2, it has slowed him down quite a bit. I don't think he has counter spells. I think his whole thing is to just try to airbend my counter spells. Probably should have went for a green mana source, but for some strange reason, I am just not into that. Alright, well, what am I going to do? I could, in theory, kill Aang, but I don't care for killing Aang. I can just wait it out. Like, I have 24 life, he has 16, so... He does get to use his ability a second time, which allows him to ramp up some, which was putting me at kind of a disadvantage last game, but... Alright, so he's tapped out, but he will be drawing 2 cards a turn, but I am already drawing 2 cards a turn, so... Alright, we got 2 moves here, right? I could just hit the board wipe. Good, clean, efficient. Or I could just do this. Blast you. Blast you. And then draw 2 cards. Here's the thing, right? If he airbends them away, he allows me to recast them and use them on his creatures. Yes, okay, good. He hit a Flood Pits Drowner. Scene Rip on, I assume, the chainsaw. Okay, fine. Slightly annoying. But not as bad as you would think. So he's trying to dig for the card that allows him to do all his shenanigans that he was bouncing back and forth to try to gain his card advantage. Guess he's going to go ahead and boomerang his geologist back to the hand again. Yep. He hasn't actually hit me this game, not once. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like 31 cards left in my deck. I don't think he has the ability to... Okay, so he's going to airbend his guy away again. Or not. He chose not to. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll do it that way. I might not win this one. I'm not 100% confident in what I can pull off right now. I'm drawing cards, but I'm not drawing relevant cards to what I want to do. That was actually funny. I know he's going to get rid of all of my freaking artifacts, though, so... he really thought he was going to pull off getting the avatar up to that level. Which is fine. I think that was a fine move, especially since he could pull it off. Okay, well, let's see what else we got. Nothing I can cast. Okay. He has something. He's most likely going to airbend the geologist away. Yep. He doesn't have enough mana for that, does he? Because to transform it, he has to do something. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, he was really going for that, wasn't he? He really wanted it. Okay, there he goes. Another flip pitch drowner. He could force this back into my deck, and that's fine by me. There he goes. He finally played one of his Rediscover the Ways. So he's got incredible card advantage over me right now. Okay. I knew you were going to do that again. It's actually quite funny. I have the negate finally showed up. Last 16 cards of the deck too. You got another one?
I'm ready for another exciting expedition. Sorry to wake you.
He's going to boomerang that back so he doesn't draw a card, or so he has at least removal for whatever I play. I don't. Oh, I do have more. Okay. Well, there goes those cards. Jeez. Maybe I'll draw one. Oh, I did. Okay, cool. I did that ass backwards, didn't I? So ass backwards. I didn't think I was actually going to win this game, but apparently I can. Oh, it took 40 minutes and I finally killed this guy. Huzzah! Well, looks like game 2 is against this guy. Hopefully I do semi decent. It was a come out of nowhere victory. He basically had no way of knowing what my win condition was because he screwed himself in game 1 because he was just like, he went first. I just had to regroup so I can beat him. Because I guess normally when you're playing like a degenerate deck, people just give up. So right now, I'm assuming I'm playing against Landfall. That is my general assumption since he played Evolving Wilds on the first turn and played a Forest, which is crazy work. So let's see what he dumps down. Didn't dump down anything. Crazy. All right. Wasn't a see. I didn't see that coming. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna ramp up. Might as well. I have blue. I have double red already. Let's go with this. So I have double blue, just for the counter spells that I will inevitably need. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. And pop this down. And just end the turn. Because I have removal, but my removal is contingent on him having creatures. So I gotta play what I can. I can't hold up stuff. Earth Crystal guys come in with more stuff. Alright, so let's do this. And go ahead and copy that. And then I guess we'll just do this. Alright. Ooh, okay, cool. 1 and 2. Just get another stock up, or I could just hit another land. Yeah, let's do that. Probably should have did the stock up, but I'm an idiot, so knew he was playing freaking Landfall. Very slow Landfall, so he's gonna get two tokens off of that one. And then he might sacrifice the lands. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Holy crap. That gave him a lot of juice. A lot of juice in the caboose. Okay. Do I have enough mana for this? I don't think I do. 3. Okay, yeah, I don't have enough. Alright. We can do this. Warp this guy in. And what do I do? Do I crack that for a land? Or do I just... maybe not the right move to do that there, but we'll crack this for a land. See if I get a land off the top. I didn't. So I think he can just kill me outright next turn. Yeah, okay, he's got me. It's GG's. It was GG's. Alright, so I didn't have enough power to kill him outright. So I kind of definitely need, not negates, but essence scatters. I need more creature interaction stuff because I can't deal enough. The amount of counters he popped on the thing, I was not able to kill it. Let's see. Let's drop this and bring these in. And then yeah, I think this is a good time for this. All right. Probably could bring that in, but no, we're not going to do that. Game 2 is going to end way faster than Game 1. Jeez. Yeah, there's no way I could have won that. He was getting double counters. He really played slow enough that my removal was a not thing, so let's drop this because this is going to come to play tapped. I don't have any forest. Oh, wait. Forest or mountain? Okay, never mind. I think he just kind of thought I didn't have any removal, and he got real ballsy there because he was like, oh, he doesn't have counter spells. And I just didn't have the open mana for it. I didn't even have to do that. I could have just easily just killed that guy. He could have the card that gives him hexproof as well. Yep, he had it. So I don't think I'm going to do too well this game. Woof. Yeah, it kind of two pretty decent openings. Can play lands from the graveyard, so he can like recycle stuff. What else does he have in his hand? Ah, counters. He just destroyed me right there. All right. Yikes, forever. All right, well, I can block some damage. Yeah, I've lost this one completely. Once you start making creatures too big for me to deal with, and then he made it uninteractable, if you don't have the copy artifact cards, you just kind of lose. Oh, I could have equipped that to him too. Huh, okay. I just don't have enough mana for this right now. It would be nice to pull that off. If I could do this, copy that, it would come in, deal 4 damage, and then if I had another mana, I could copy that, and then it can deal 5 damage, which wouldn't be enough to kill him, but it would be enough to kind of stave off the death that's coming. I just don't have the removal to deal with a creature this size. Yeah, that's pretty much game. I lost that one. All right, we're moving into game 3, the final frontier, the last bastion to see if this deck actually can go. Game 1, I went against an airbending deck. Game 2, I went against a mid-range landfall deck. Like, I feel like against a regular landfall deck, I could have just bolt them over, but it looks more like right now I'm about to play against a counterspell deck. Yep. So I will not. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say I will not resolve a spell because I have Mistrise Village, meaning I will resolve spells, just not in the early game. So he's going to flash in probably a Flood Pitch Drowner. Oh no, another Spectral Sailor. All right. All right, let's go ahead and drop that. I'll go ahead and pop this off while I can. Gain some life. Threaten the counter spell. Okay. He's going to draw a card. I am going to go ahead and ramp up a little bit. We'll throw in another blue because I definitely need the ability to counter spells because I know it's coming. I definitely don't want to catch a quench. Wow. Okay. He dumped that. He's just like, I'm not going to be able to use it. I'm like, man, good on you, mate. Well, since he doesn't have counter magic open now, I can just kind of just pull this off and just blast him for 2 and ramp up a little bit too. He's either got to deal with Roxy right now. I should have ramped her up with one of those chainsaws, but he's swinging for 6. Oh, he's got counter spells. Neat. He just looked at the stuff. She lets those things spring for 2 mana as opposed to 1. So he did have Quench, but he just didn't. I had way too much mana for Quench to be a problem. Okay, what else does he have? All right. Alright, I think he does have a counter spell, so let's just go ahead and just do this right now. Alright, wow. So I did tap one land that I didn't actually have to tap for that. He doesn't understand Roxanne's ability. That was disgusting, right? What he just did was also pretty nasty. Alright. We'll keep mana open. I'm gonna definitely cash in that map token. He realized that I was just going to start copying that. All right, so Roxy did a lot of work there. Roxy was really killing. I don't think I ended up in a situation in which he had a bunch of creatures. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull out Slag Storm for now. I'm going to go ahead and dump this in so I can get a little bit more removal, a little higher end removal. So I'm pretty sure he's going to bring in anti artifact nonsense, which I mean makes sense. I just beat him with a bunch of artifacts. It's just how that works. Probably shouldn't have essence scatter. Probably should have negate. All right, cool. All right, I think that's it. So decent game one. This deck is too slow to deal with. Well, I don't really have instant speed removal. It takes me a very long time to get to having instant speed removal outside of counterspell. Probably need to figure out a better method for this, but I think having more essence scatters in the sideboard probably would help out. So I think I'll just keep this, even though it's a handful of red and I don't have any red sources. Something's going to happen. Either A, I'm going to catch a red, or B, I'm just not. How many cards in his deck? Okay, he has a few more than what he actually. Only know he did that. All right, that's cool. All right. Oh, he's brought in counter spells. He got me there. I actually needed that so I can get red, but nope. Preacher of the Schisms. All right, well. Kept the dreaded two-lander. Ooh, boy. Well, I mean, it would have worked out better. Maybe I will draw something. That quench actually killed me right there. 'Cause I definitely needed to be able to pull that land from the deck, but apparently I'm not doing so hot in game 2. I kept the 2-lander, and there's always like rules that I kind of say in Magic, like never keep a 2-lander, especially when your hand is the exact opposite color, or you'll never see a third land. So I'm just gonna keep playing until I run out of cards to not draw. And basically, I'm just gonna run out of life, right? Because that's basically what's about to happen. Because I just could not, like, I cannot draw a red or a blue. Well, I got blue. I have blue and green. I just don't have red, and my hand is full of red. So look at that. Now, I've always said this. You'll always get what you need the turn too late, right? By the time I get the land, I've already lost. So we're going to move into game 3. So mana screw is a thing. It's a real thing. So I think I can actually pull this off. Let's just go ahead and put the synthesizer in, and we're just going to do that. I think I can easily pull that off. I should have probably put in Essence Scatter over Negate, but I still think he has something to get around it, so. Wow, okay. Well, I have all the colors now. Isn't that crazy? Okay, we're going to grab that. Do I have a mountain? Nope. All right, we're going to grab this, I guess. All right, we got Azula down. All right, cool. Double red. Okay. Can only deal 3 damage, I believe. Yes. So let's make this count. Let's go with this. If I can get double, if I can get another mana, untapped mana, I will definitely blow this guy out. But I did save myself a turn of taking ridiculous damage. I would have took 7 damage, and I would have went down to single digits. Which much better idea than Roxy. Roxanne doesn't really have enough gas to kill these guys because they got 4 toughness. All right, Kaido.
I hope you like losing.
This is the determiner of winners or fools. Does she have an ability, activate ability? Yeah, alright, so he's going to basically shock me. Double that shit up. And then I'm going to go down to 9. And then he gets a double up on that too. All right. All right. Well, I actually wanted to pull that off, but apparently I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to have to do this. Still wasn't going to get it. Would have been nice if I would have got a land there. I also possibly could have just like chainsawed instead. But I was just under the hopes that I was actually going to just double spell this guy. He probably is going to kill my guy. Another Fire Lord Azula. Makes him unblockable, so I can't block it, so I'm definitely taking 2. I will block his lifelinker, though. And then I will definitely be killing his Azula, because I'm not letting him double spell me, triple spell me again.
Eyes open.
Man, I'm not getting any more lands. I would love to have gotten another land there. If he has a counter spell, I'm definitely going to counter his spell. Huh, okay. Neat. What's the right move? I don't care about his stupid ass emblem. If he can get it, he can get it. If not, it's not going to do him any good. Ugh, for my little ramp deck, I am not ramping at all. Not quite a ramp deck, but I should be able to catch more than like 5 lands mid-game. Especially since I should be drawing more cards too. Okay. What else does he have to burn me with? Okay. Can he buff his guy up again? Not for 1 black mana, I don't think. I mean, there are cards that actually will do 1 damage that's black, but I don't think that he's going to be able to do it. So he has to survive the next turn coming up.
All part of my plan.
Yeah, okay, he gave up because he realized that I had lethal on the swing back. No, well, that was a pretty good match. Yeah, so he just assumed like I had 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It was like, what can I possibly do to stop him? He should not have attacked. He could have kept his guy back as a blocker, and I wouldn't have had lethal damage, sort of. Because I definitely would have probably just played 3 steps ahead, copied this thing, blew up his guy, made another guy, and then swung in for lethal. So let's go back to the tail of the tape. We lost a match and we won 2 matches, but they went to 3. So let's and in the one I lost completely. So let's do the tail of the tape real quick. So here we are at this deck. Now I only put green in for Roxanne, right? Um this a little bit of extra life gain and an extra token to make a creature and another token artifact thing that can be made. But I can argue that this deck might arguably be better in black for a lot of reasons. So if you made this Grixis instead, I bet you this deck would work way better. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rearrange this into a Grixis deck, or just copy it, and then I'm going to do a little bit of movie magic, but this card works way better with the fact that I have Forest and Mountains, so you can kind of make sure you're not getting counterspelled. But it's if you don't get Roxy, or you're not catching these, then you're definitely not going to be able to smooth out your land drops, as you saw in Game 3. So let's look at the Grixis version. So the Grixis version of this deck actually looks slightly different. I went down one of these. I got rid of the ramp that I had to get the Tithing Blade in, which allows me to force people to sacrifice stuff. This would have come in handy against the landfall deck. Also had the ability to just chainsaw things down. And then I decided to go down one of each of these in order to add in a realm sketching. So I can copy either a land, which is pretty important if I really need the mana. B, an artifact, which is great for making my removal recursive and instant speed, or creature, which I do not have. The sideboard has also changed a little bit, just like the mana base has changed slightly. And it looks similar, but not as crazy. But I did add in networks of the haunt the networks. We're going to go down one of those and probably go up an Essence Scatter because how do I say this? Definitely need a little bit more instant speed creature dealing with a little bit more than I needed in the gate. So this is the deck. It did okay. I think the Grixis version will do a little bit better. I'll actually pop up the Grixis version right after this. All right. Goodbye.